Okay, say it. Do your business. Do the intros that I will never be able to do as well as you.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, let me welcome you to a very special episode of the live call-in show of ARMTV. Why is it special, Gary? Because it is none other than April 20th. And April 20th means it is 420. Welcome, everybody, to the greenest episode you'll see all year.
Is that's a thing for you? Are you a 420 guy?
No, not really. Not particularly. I do imbibe, but I don't really care. It's just another day for me of doing the exact same thing. So, yeah.
You do imbibe. That's the word, imbibe.
Sure. I guess it's my word. I don't know if that's the correctest word, but
how often do you imbibe?
Regularly. I started using for so my story is I got scoliosis fairly significantly, right? And so,
what?
Yeah, I'm scoliosed. It's terrible.
I mean, set me up. That means your back is like.
Yeah, it's got a big bow in the back, and it's you don't really notice it if I'm at the table and you're looking at me from the side. Then you'll notice it, but it's just causing me more and more pain as I get older and older. It's gotten a little bit better since I've gotten lighter, but I started using marijuana for pain control because I basically, in Canada, it's much looser than it is in the United States, right? So they basically gave me the option of choosing that path or like the crazy like barbiturate drug path for pain relief. And
so like a doctor actually gave you a choice as a prescription.
Well, I had to do some, discussion. It would be more easy for them to just give me the pills. But my doctor was like, okay, well, if that's what you want to do, then she wrote me a referral to go to a doctor who specializes in giving you the medical clearance or whatever, because this was before marijuana was legal in Canada, but now marijuana is legal in Canada. So just I have it delivered to my front door. Like 100% legal.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like being from California and Oregon area, I feel like the medically prescribed has always been for the majority self-prescribed, and so many people self-prescribed that the medical community was like, okay, fine, we'll get on board. But
yeah,
I've literally never met anyone who actually used the words "my doctor prescribed." Yep. They always say, I have a medical card.
No, it's I still had to go through a similar process. You have to go in, you got to tell them your whole story and blah blah blah. But it was pretty legit at the time. Like I don't have you have to get it updated every so often, and then now I just don't bother because it's completely legal, so I don't really need to go through all the hoops and all that extra crap. So, it's just is what it is.
Let's tie this into arm wrestling because we're an arm wrestling show. If you had a really big tournament coming up and one, you could do two paths. One, you go in imbibed, or one, you go in straight. How does your performance impact?
I would never go to a tournament while being high. It's not going to work out for me. I don't train that way. The only time I use is when I'm not doing anything, right? It's like at the end of the day, or if I have time in the middle of the day, because I train so hard, it lights my whole body up, right? Like everybody's got pain, right? But my back, just like I can't even freaking stand up, and it just cripples me all up. And so that's what I do, just so I can actually keep going, because I would be able to train in the morning, but then I would have to go and like lay down for like 2 hours. But this way I can actually, move forward with my day, get some other things done, do my editing, do all that. But since I don't train in that mindset, so I would not go to a tournament in that mindset either.
Okay, now educate me, since you brought up the topic.
Sure.
When we talked about smoking pot, is it smoking pot equals getting high, or is there like where you just take a puff to get comfy? I mean,
like, a lot of people do a lot of different things, right? And it depends on your tolerance level. It depends. And I wouldn't say I'm an expert. I'm a a user, a regular user. Paul Italia is in the chat. He knows all about what's up. Paul Italia is the man when it comes to that stuff. But for me, it's really about getting rid of the excess pain so I can just keep on training, you know?
So how many hits does it take to get high? Quote. High.
So I use a little vaporizer, right? And I have like, I don't know. I don't even know how much you can crank into there. Maybe a gram, something like that. And then I do that. And then that puts you on a good path for 2 to 3 hours for me. Usually I'm not like a crazy like guy who does all sorts of crazy weed stuff with like, there's like dabs where it's like this wax and then you put the dab in and then it's like this big fireball. All I do is vaporizer stuff. I'm not like a crazy Cheech and Chong dude at all.
Is there anyone in the chat who smokes and arm wrestles? Like, I want to know if you have the equivalent, if you are capable of being super match winner of like a big wall event or top podium at the nationals or podium at the worlds. If then I had you get high, is it go like you 2 and out, or you still podium, or like how really much depends. Is your how much would your performance be impacted if I could do a social experiment, arm wrestling while high YouTube series?
Yeah. So
would it turn awesome arm wrestlers into just SpaghettiOs?
It depends. Like, so if you gave it to an arm wrestler who had never done it before, yeah, they're going to have some problems. They're going to have some issues because they're not going to know what's going on. But like for me, if you're doing it every single day of your life and you've been doing that for, 5 years, the difference between being on and not being on is not like a crazy amount, right? Like I would be able to get through it. I would not be comfortable because it's really difficult for me to ramp up to the level I need to get to when I am on, right? So it's just not something that I would do for performance. It's just to allow me to actually function normally.
Yeah. You were a specific case. I want to know anybody in the chat if you arm wrestle while high. Put down 1 if you arm wrestle while high. If you recommend it, if you do better while high, 1. Tell us. Someone asked me what I'm eating. I'm eating a Santa Fe bowl with like rice and chicken and sauteed onions, peppers, chili, and normally I do not want to do Devon and come on eating dinner, but I barely finished dinner in time for the family. Bam! I had no idea we'd get 8 minutes out of 420 day.
420 day. We got a super chat too. Derek Stewart, $5 says, Gary, have you talked to Travis and will Beauty and the Beast be coming back? Oh my God, he's ahead of the game.
Wow.
You want to break into that already?
While you go there, why don't we I want to text 2 people on tonight's show. Speaking of, I've been in trouble because I've been outed for reading messages online without getting people's permissions. But I just got a message that says, please tell me that was scripted between you and Travis. That was not okay. And it actually made my stomach hurt. I would like to tell you guys that was scripted, that was for clicks. However,
the other night when he called, when he was on the air. Yeah.
However, when Travis broke into me, no, don't get me wrong. Travis in the past. So for instance, when he got involved, when that Idaho event, TAL3, when Corey West hurt himself, Bill Collins was at that event and Travis was going to see him. And I was like, oh snap, maybe you can get, kind of a feel for what Bill and I's situation was. And I guess Bill was like, yeah, we'll be fine. It's water under the bridge. He was a jerk face, but we'll be fine. Well, Travis, but then they agreed that he would go hard on me. He goes, even though you're okay, when I talk to him next, I'm going to go hard. I'm going to be like, Bill Collins is crushing you, blah, blah, blah. So he went hard on me on the show, knowing that Bill had said, we're not fine, but we're not like.
Not enemies.
Right.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
So I don't know if Travis was like, oh, I'm going to make an example out of Gary. I'm going to scare him to the point that like he never. There's a Chris in the chat. Hang out. We were just going or in the waiting room. Like to let you in. We're just going to get a few more ducks out of the way here. So hang out. So here's the thing I will say between Travis and I. Travis has told me on many occasions, quote, you cannot do anything. Quote. So if Travis and I are done, I will blame him because he's the one who told me there is nothing you could do to mess up our relationship. Absolutely.
So right now, you could be done with Travis right now, but you don't know.
So I see football season is in.
Yeah.
The last time football season was happening, Travis kind of went MIA on me. So I don't know if he's going to. I'll message Travis and ask him, are we cool or not cool? Hopefully by the end of the show, I'll know. But to be honest with you, I've talked to Travis for 30 seconds after that event. I haven't. Oh, no. I texted him, do you want to go live last week? And he said, when? ? So I don't know. I don't know the status. 100% don't know.
I would be shocked if Travis would follow through with being that upset about all that stuff that happened. I really would be surprised, to tell you the truth.
So I'm texting Travis. Are we cool? People want to know. People
He's gonna be like, yeah, we're cool, man.
So you were talking about ARMTV cribs in the chat?
Yeah, we had somebody brought up ARMTV cribs, and then I forget, somebody said there was a Michael Todd one, which I don't think I ever saw, but I remember Norm Devio and Jerry Carteret, and I remember Jerry doing pull-ups with his fingertips on this beam in his house. He's like 350 pounds just cranking out pull-ups just on the tips of his freaking fingers. Oh my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've got some cool stuff. And it's not a matter of there's literally, this is not an exaggerating. There's probably if I could line up must-see clips, people want to see this moment, I could probably line it up 500 that you'd want to see right now. But this is like a process. Like there's still Ultimate Vegas 5 because I've gotten sidetracked and because of Travis really got into me that I didn't post all the first Waxahachie stuff right away. Like I held on to the John Brzezinski interview. And so because of the ROTN, I was like, okay, I'm going to I'm all over the place. So forgive me. But at some point, you'll remember I made a declaration that I was going to update ARMTV one update a day for I wanted to have like a world record in arm wrestling, to have content every day, like never miss a day. And let me tell you, I tried my damnedest to really keep up with that. And that's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is.
Even if you already have content in the can. So I put out a little video, a teaser video that was ROTN footage from Kansas City, where at the end it said 3,000 straight days. And that's like, okay, I've clearly not done that.
Mm-hmm.
But during the Waxahachie event, I was trying to do the new content and still keep up with my old content. And it's just it's really difficult to do. The YouTube algorithm loves it when I was consistently by the day. But right now, I put a lot of effort into these ROTN shows. I don't know if you've watched them.
Yep.
but I'm really trying to do a timeless job, trying to edit it in a way that would, a lot of the footage, and I think I've repeated this, but a lot of footage I've gone back from the older days, I would edit it differently or spend more time.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
this one,
this is the interesting question of, is that what people want? And we kind of discussed this on that Content Wars episode, right? Like, there is nothing I want more than a Gary Roberts edit, right? I freaking love every second of it. But the question will be, will the audience, is that what they're looking for? Or really are arm wrestling spectators really just here to gobble up the shit no matter what it tastes like? And speaking of that, Herpes Asperini with a $5 super chat, he says, Gary Roberts, I heard that you eat corn on the cob the long way. Is this true or false?
is that like a gay reference?
I would assume. I don't know, but
100% transparency. I have never eaten corn on the cob the long way.
Oh, okay. All right. That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, nothing against anyone who wants to eat corn long, but I personally just never have. Okay, so for me, I'm not 100%. It's like I have a vision. I think it will work. When you say, is that what the community wants?
Yeah.
I really think it just comes down to names. They would love it. They would love that Gary Roberts edit if there's some big names in there. Now, if you watch the 176s, I mean, Jason Tarver, I'm not 100% sure if he's a big name before. Like, I hadn't met him.
So I had heard the name before, but I wouldn't have been able to pick him out of a lineup.
Yeah.
So I definitely know who he is now.
Yeah. So I did not know him, and I saw him perform, and I was like, oh, this dude's awesome. And I don't know how close he is to being an upper echelon arm wrestler. I have no idea. But I'm going to edit that in a way that shows off his performance. He messaged me. He goes, dude, I had no idea you were going to blow me up like that. And I'm like, listen, dude, this is my job. My job going forward, every arm wrestler who shows up at my event, if you do awesome or you do something special, I'm going to try to highlight that. I'm going to try to make it awesome. I mean, there's a win-win here, right? You get to look awesome. I hope it comes across that I'm really putting some time and energy into the cut. But it's like, this is also something I would go to a product person and I'd be like, hey man, this thing right here, like, let's just be perfectly honest. Beer has always been a perfect co-sponsor to like arm wrestling events over the years. Beer companies have slid right in there, right at home. For the people who want to like excel the arm wrestling past like the bar room, it's like, okay, Budweiser sponsors Super Bowl, have for years, right? Yeah. So still, it still fits right in. And I think, like, I don't know if it would offend some of you, but if after you won a huge match at the end, you went over, you cracked Michelob or whatever, there's like a Michelob factory not too far from me, so that name popped up.
Okay, so tell I'm losing the arc of the story. So
I went on a really big tangent, huh?
How is this relating to what the audience wants?
What I was saying is, like, I want the arm wrestlers to be I want to be in this.
Yep.
So I want to impact two people. I want sponsors to say I want to be in this. I want the arm wrestlers to say I want to be in this. Because right away in the path going forward, I'm not giving away magical prize money yet.
Right.
So in lieu of prize money, I want somebody to say like, oh shit, dude, I'd take less prize money to be part of,
to be highlighted, potentially
to be highlighted, that spectacle, to have something that awesome So I'm trying to impress the arm wrestlers. I'm trying to impress potential sponsors. So that's like my path going forward. And I went off on a tangent, but I just pictured like at the end, I would do the exact same thing, but at the end, you know, Jason Tarver would walk over and crack a cold one and be like, ah, and I'd be like, yes, brought to you by blah, blah, blah. And then arm wrestlers would be like, hey, thank you, Bud, for sponsoring our event or something.
Well, related to that, if any Canadian marijuana companies want to sponsor Uncle John, I am more than happy to be a part of that sponsorship. I think that would be just great.
Okay, I know we have a lot. Okay, I know we have a lot of topics. I know we have like the main topic to go into, but I kind of feel like we shouldn't start with the biggest one. Sure. Because there's a few little ones. And I wanted to bring up an idea. So we post this video a little bit ahead of time. Right? Like I posted this clip 7 hours in advance, and you can come into the chat and you can say something, right?
Wait, tell me what, like, you're premiering it?
No, when
you're putting the yeah. Okay, I got you. So you're putting the live stream up like 7 hours before, and then the people can chat in those 7 hours. Yeah, gotcha.
Exactly. So I would like to do a segment. I don't know what we would call it yet, but like around the world in arm wrestling this weekend. ... Because it's too easy to go to the big guys. I'd like our audience. Let's say you're from the Netherlands. Like, did anything happen in arm wrestling in the Netherlands? I would like you to come put it in the chat. Like this weekend in Africa, you know, Bob arm wrestled somebody or whatever. Or like you were saying, this 420 day, we're doing a 420 practice tonight. Or that way, like when we start the show, we could skim through the comments and we can mention to all the people all the cool stuff going around arm wrestling this past weekend.
Yeah, no, I think that's cool if people jump on it and get some of that stuff, because it's hard to keep track, especially for me. Like I have basically written off most of the rest of the world outside of North America, to tell you the truth. Like I will keep up to date with the big stuff, with the heavy level guys, but it's just too much. There's too much going on for me to pay attention to lightweights in Norway or whatever, right? So I really just focus on North America. So if there's other people that can dump us some info, that'd be kind of cool.
Because there's a little tournament. I don't know if it's little or not. Kyle Thunder Nelson is putting on a tournament an hour from my house Saturday night. It's like what I noticed about this. So I was, my friend Scott, he invited me. I want to do a little piece on this guy. He'd like to be the next Devon Larratt. And I want to know if a young guy who's 18 years old has the framework and the structure and everything to excel. How long does it take if you want to be like Devon Larratt world level? So I think it'd be fun to take a project, follow the early career, and then 10 years from now be like, oh, did we hit or miss? Like how far did we miss off that project? Anyways, it's only like $10 to enter this tournament.
Nice.
Very simple. One set of weight classes. I think 5 right, 5 left. But it's like, I don't know if this tournament's getting major advertisements. I'm curious how many tournaments like this are going on every weekend that I don't even know about.
It's hard to say. I would imagine most of the tournaments are getting at least some play live streaming or with video after the fact. I know there's some good stuff coming up. Paul Italia's in the chat. He was talking about they've got one coming up with that Greg Gray and Matt Craig one. That'll be good. Luke Kint is pulling at that with Daryl Draper as well. That's going to be good. But it's nice. Like I like the idea of this little tournaments popping up. And I double like the idea of these smaller tournaments if they're geared a little bit more towards newer guys, right? And then we can start having this dynamic where, because for me, I don't want to go to a tournament that has amateur. I do not want to go to a tournament that has novice. I do not care. I am not interested, right? So either I have to sit through it and just be like dying because I'm sitting there, or if they just kind of do their own thing and then they can compartmentalize it. Some people aren't going to like that. Some people that makes me sound like a dick, but I just can't watch it. So if that happens on its own, that would be beautiful.
Somebody put in the chat a Michelob Hershey's aspirin. I said it because I was trying to find, I wanted to go talk to beer sponsors and they're like drivable. Like, at this point, you take who you can get, right? I mean, and the reason I liked the idea of a Michelob, because I was like, if there was a beer company, number one beer company in the world is probably not going to give you the time of the day, but what number 8, number 9, you would fawn all over the number 12th beer distributor becoming a major sponsor, and probably like $1,000 would be considered a major sponsorship for my channel. So that's why I said ARMBet. And then Jeremy Dunn says Gary loves to hear himself. It's awful. I'm glad you caught me. I went off on a tangent there. I apologize for that. Apologize. To the Greg Gray, Matt Craig, they got like some
fire
going on.
Yeah, they don't like each other. So I had Greg on not last week, but like 2 weeks ago on the Wednesday show. And I asked him about it, and he was like, yeah, there's some drama, but he was very, very diplomatic about it. Very like, yep, this is the situation. Out of focus. What does it say? We good? There it is.
Travis says we good.
Well, that's good to know.
There you have it. Okay, let's see. I'm bringing in a name. Okay, so before we get on the main topic, again, apologies. I wanted to cover a few other things. I was having a conversation with you about what's your pick with Greg Gray, Matt Craig?
I honestly don't know enough about Matt Craig, but I do, and I know more about Greg, so I will go with Greg Gray, but knowing that it's really only because I know a bit about Greg and I don't know much of anything about Matt Craig. So it's not a very good opinion, but I would go with Greg Gray just because I think he's probably got higher level wins in the past. And so that's what I'll go with.
He seems like I've reading the stuff. He's like divisive, like me, troublemaker.
Oh, Matt I think Craig. They're both nuts. I think both of those guys are nuts.
Yeah, I mean,
you're nuts too. So yeah, you're all in the same category.
I like people who are nuts. But I think that Matt Craig, the whole thing is like he's in a leadership role with Texas Arm Wrestling League. And it's like, there, you have to be respectful, right? You can't be nuts on the Facebook causing trouble with the competitors. Steven, turn on your video. Come in and say hello. So I get that.
Look at this. This is the creepiest video of all time.
Hey, turn on your light. You're not gonna flash this or anything, right, bro?
Look at this guy. What, are we in a heroin den or something?
We need a light. Oh
my God, this has got bad news written all over it.
No, he already said he's a big fan. This is a real guy.
All right. Well, that's good.
Okay. Right. So I was having a conversation with you about at the ROTN in Texas, every time that they won, they made him switch sides. And when I was editing, I found myself really annoyed.
Yeah.
That I had to wait for this. What
winner?
You said you had a
yeah. I saw that too, and I'm like, what the hell are you guys doing? The winner, the guy who's in the winning position, the winning side should be the opposite side of the line, right? It should be, I think the winner should get the side where he's looking at the referee. So the winner gets the bonus of not having the buckle on the back of their hand. And I think that's the way it should be. And once you win, you stay in that position until you lose. And then the next winner takes that spot. That would be my preference. So then you always know who's got the wins, who's been on the roll, who's been winning. And there's no confusion as to switching back and forth. I was totally confused about that.
Yeah, it threw me off. One, because I'm trying to edit in a way that's seamless. Steven, what's going on, man? I want to talk to you, but you're driving me nuts. Turn on your mic and say hello, or I got to put you back in the waiting room.
How
Okay,
weird.
when you're ready.
Asperina says, "Get the Unabomber out of here. He's scaring my kids."
He said he was a big fan, so he's a normal person. Unless the Unabomber is a
Dude,
fan.
You have so many weird fans. I bet it's not even your average fan is like 10 times weirder than the average human, for sure.
So you're saying it's weird. Why do you? No one told me this. They were just automatically switching sides.
I don't. It doesn't even I don't even understand why they would do it in the first place. Like, what was the reasoning to switch sides? Like, because they thought it was like a super match or something, and it was fair to have both sides. I think it's more fair, right? Like, the winner has it hard enough. The winner gets the winning side. They get to stay on the better side, which is the side where you don't get the buckle on your hand, right? Just stay there. Just sit there. And then we all know who the winner is, who the king of the table is at that exact moment, and then just let it roll.
Oh my gosh, why are you speaking so much sense?
I know.
What?
This is easy. It makes no sense to me what they were doing. It was horrible. Was it Artem's idea? It was probably Artem's idea, and that's how it got.
I don't know. All I know is they just automatically were doing it, and I didn't, because I was so focused on, camera positions and making sure Julian was where he should have been, and that I just kept finding myself, and I didn't realize when I was editing that it was going to really annoy me, because I'm obviously not in editing mode at the
right.
It's very difficult to be able to produce like that. Anyways,
make it a rule. Just make it a rule from now on, right? One side of the table, that's where the winner goes. That's where the winner stays. You win, you go to that side of the table.
Oh my God.
It'll streamline things so much. So much.
Roger Learned was at the event. He just asked me to come on, of course. Come in. You can explain to us. Can I also say something else?
Yeah.
I potentially.
Oh God.
I don't want to get in trouble. But I can't help.
By the way, no more than 6 hours ago, I talked to Gary, and Gary's number one thing he says to me is, "Look, I'm out of the drama game now. I'm backing away from the drama."
I can't. Okay, here's the thing. Travis's event. Travis set up Scott Wynn as the ref.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if this is normal, where at the event you have the refs like yelling back and forth and clearly like annoyed with each other. Like Travis
was Travis one of the referees? Pretty much.
He was announced. Okay, we didn't have a down ref.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Yeah.
So he was like, "I'll be the down ref while I'm announcing." So he was constantly like checking the refs, and you could tell, you could tell Scott and Matt were like annoyed, right?
Yeah, they weren't having it.
But it's like at the same time, and this is why I don't know if I want to cause drama or not. It was clear to me. It wasn't clear to me while filming the event, but it was clear to me while watching the event. And I could be wrong. I just texted Scott Wynn. I asked him to come on.
So what's the problem? Tell me give me the sentence. That's what is the problem?
It seemed like Scott Wynn hated my idea and didn't want to be there.
Oh, well, Scott Wynn is definitely known as being a level-headed individual, right? I mean, he hasn't been the guy that's gotten into multiple fights with John Dabo over the last 10 years, is he?
So it's like, here's where my cause trouble. I swear 50% of the wins, Scott was saying wiener. And I don't know if he's just playing. He wasn't saying winner, he was saying wiener.
Yeah.
And then he was like, he just could tell he was like, ooh, marathon arm wrestling, yay. It was like, we probably should have had a conversation with the ref, like, hey, are you down? Are you gonna like this? Like, you're gonna like, I get it if this event was not your cup of tea.
Monster Michael Todd's in the chat, by the way.
You have every right to be it not be your cup of tea. But like, I do think the ref should want to be there, right?
No, for sure. Well, it certainly helps. Monster
But-
Michael Todd said, "Was that sarcasm?" I don't know. I don't know what you're.
No. We love Monster Michael. Monster Michael Todd. Apologize, we haven't got to the main topic yet because we're just covering some little smaller things, the other things going on in arm wrestling. Just because you guys are the main show, and it's like, why not end with the main show? But we'll get to Monster Michael Todd. Roger,
What's up, Gary?
okay, so the other thing, this is why it's like I can't help. I came on here and I said I want to eliminate the strap. Right?
I'll be right back.
What, John?
I already know the story. Tell everybody the story. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
No, you don't know the story.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't. You don't know the story. Roger,
What's up, Gary?
why did we switch sides every time the new person came to the table?
Because
I
it
didn't-
gives the equal opportunity for the buckle. I mean,
Ugh.
not that it matters with the fair strap system, but I mean, still, I mean,
What's a fair strap system?
or when they go on the wrist side, they go in between the straps instead of under the strap.
Oh my God, I could not figure out why they were doing that.
Yeah, I mean, that's
It
I guess
Why is that fairer?
just the buckle can shift down and put your hand under the opponent's hand. You know, if it's not
If you
applied,
go
applied properly.
if you go, because that took way longer to get the buckle, the thing through the.
I mean, in the fair strap system, the fair strap, you shouldn't even have to worry about it. I mean, one person should stay on one side to make it faster.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is breaking news here. I've heard the words fair strap now 6-7 times in my video. I had no idea what they were talking about. What do you mean?
It's a new method that they started putting the strap on.
Who's they?
Devon.
The referee gods.
This is
Devon?
an actual. Oh my God, I'm so naive. This is an actual thing. The fair strap system.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
not that much, Gary. All it is tucking the last time when you bring the strap underneath the wrists, it goes through the other straps instead of underneath the other straps.
Oh,
And
okay.
it
dude.
changes a little bit of the way it is better, in my opinion. It is still a negative to have the buckle on your hand. But in the case of ROTN, the winner is the guy that has to keep on pulling, pull. He should just get the better side for the whole thing, knowing that he's going to keep on pulling in order to streamline the whole event.
Dude, my whole conversation has been shifted because here's the thing. I was running the math here. I'm just ballparking. I'm not 100% sure, but Scott Wynn applying the strap, it was between 46 seconds and a minute of dead time. Now, when we're doing a 30-minute time cap, every time we applied the strap in the 1-7, when Scott was reffing, it was almost a minute lost. And that's why I was like, well, if we're doing 10 to 15 straps, that's 10 to 15 minutes of lost time.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed that he was putting it through the thing, and sometimes you couldn't get it right away.
Yeah.
Travis applied every strap in under 25 seconds.
Yeah, probably
He's a
because he
pro.
wasn't doing that and he just doesn't care and it goes on the way it goes on. And
But so like for me, when I'm editing, it really made a difference. That 30 seconds less, like as I'm trying to cut a show, right? And it's like, okay, this is important to me. It like, oh shit. Like Travis really does know. He was just whop it up, whop. And I was really impressed. I know people, they give Travis a hard time because he thinks he's the god of everything. But in this case, he literally was almost twice as fast putting on a strap, which for me made such a major difference and changed my mind frame. Now I'm editing heavyweights. I'm trying to be done by tomorrow. I don't know if I will be, but I came in last week wanting to quit the strap. But if you can get on the strap in less than 30 seconds, it definitely makes it more workable. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah, a lot of people require the straps though to pull. I mean, effectively their style.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
straps is a
everyone
factor.
was like murdering me for even thinking about quitting the straps, but
It's just not viable in the sport today, right? If some of the rules get changed a little bit, if some of the popular pulling styles change a little bit, it could change in 5 years. It could, but not right now.
I mean,
just get a strong hand. That's it.
As a fan of arm wrestling, I just don't know why there's not more matches attempted. Ready, go, and everyone just goes right to the strap. It kind of bugs me. I got to be honest.
Well, it's a different style, right? If you are a person who really clamps down, you are benefited by not going to the strap, right? I don't want to hold on to you. I really don't. The only time I want to hold on to you is if I get the advantage in that handhold, and then I can punish you a bit before you eventually slip out. But I'm not holding on, right? Like that is a detriment to the style of arm wrestling that I do. So, I just take it from a perspective of I want to streamline my arm wrestling as much as I can. And a lot of times that means going to the strap.
So I was watching some wall footage and I was watching the Ryan Bowen match with the guy from Mexico, Guerra.
Yeah.
And John Brzenk was in Ryan Bowen's corner.
Yeah.
And what I just perplexed my mind from all eternity is while they were applying the strap, and sometimes it took a long time to apply the strap, why they did not go and get a cornerman's like, what's going on? What's going on through? Like they didn't go to John Brzenk. You have the greatest arm wrestler of all time, and you're just watching. You have Neil chatting, which is awesome. But how do you not go someplace to take the audience attention away from this strap application?
Probably because most arm wrestlers are not very good at talking about things on the spot. Some are very, very good. Others are not very good. That could have
in my show, ladies and gentlemen, that's what will be stand out from ARMTV shows and Wall is when they're applying the strap, we will divert your attention somewhere else for a second. It's weird.
But Gary, you realize important things happen when the strap is being applied, right?
No,
it's not just like I'm just like, oh, put the strap on. Put it on. For me, when the strap is going on is when I'm doing the most work.
Yeah.
The most mental work happens when that strap is going on.
I am so glad you brought up this point because, ladies and gentlemen, if you want this sport to explode, the average spectator isn't going to care. They're not going to care. They're going to say, like, man, get on. Let's choppity chop.
Hey, we got a super chat from Daniel Urich, $5. He says 41 likes and 122 people means over half the chatters have no thumbs. 100 likes tell the shelf pick. Oh, I got a good shelf pick tonight. If you guys get her up to 100, 100 likes. I got a good one. I got a good one today.
Okay, so let's get on. Now Gary doesn't know who blue pulled in the wall, dude. This is a jet. I mean, yeah, dude.
Well, it was before he came back, right?
Is it for? Yeah, I wasn't here 2 years ago, bro. I wasn't here. Anyways, after watching that match, I was like, man, I feel like in match one, he could have definitely pinned a little sooner. And he was like, he know how to put on a show. He made he really made that good for television. So it was like, well done, Mr. Blue. But I'm trying to go through my old wall footage to catch up. Okay, so we're here. Last time I begged Michael Todd and Devon Larratt to become trash talkers. And I went back to watch some of the videos, and instead of seeing trash talk, I saw Devon Larratt state, Michael Todd changed my life. I was sick. I was down and out. He could have picked anyone in the world to arm wrestle. Instead, he picked me. And it changed my life around. I got remotivated back into action. And I was like, okay, so that's cool. That's not what I asked for, but it's cool. But it's cool.
You won't get Michael Todd to talk trash. I mean, that dude is a gentleman.
And I've noticed they do them fine. Rebecca Todd says she hates it. Okay, fine. I thought it could be like what do you call it? The work or the show?
The shoot or a work.
Shoot or a work. What's that?
All right. So a shoot and a work are terms that come from professional wrestling. A work is when two wrestlers have an idea for the wrestling match. They work together to make that happen. So they say, I'm going to walk up to you and I'm going to stick my finger in your chest. And you're going to slap me as hard as you can across the face. That's a work. A shoot is when we don't talk before the match. And then I come up and I hit you a little bit too hard. And then I'm like, come on, man, let's do the thing. But the other guy doesn't know. So he thinks it's a shoot. And then we're fighting for real. Right?
Yes. So Barry Bourne and I was supposed to be a shoot. He wanted to talk. I was like, listen, dude, I got to be serious. Like, we could be friends after. And that's when it all went a mess, because Travis wanted a work, right? He wanted fun, and I wasn't having that. So the arm wrestling match has to be real, but I thought the hype could be a bit of a work.
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to have a match with Barry Bourne on May 1st, but he ended up
You backed out of that one too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because see, now he used work, and work, it's hard to tell if it's a real legitimate thing. So it's like, I can't totally make fun of the dude if it's legitimately work related, but all I can say is that, it's like, if you're dating someone who's a little bit sketchy, they just may no show sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Barry Bourne, just keep that in mind. Okay, so let's get back to Mike Todd, since we have the peeps in the chat. Basically, I get it. I'm just I like a little trash talk, but I still love them. But my point is, Devon Larratt, that's really cool that he said, he inspired me, blah, blah, bang. And then Michael Todd put out another video where Devon Larratt said that Michael Todd could be number 3 of all time. And I was like, okay, so we are not going down the trash talking route. It's just fine. It's fine. But I just like a little trash talk, just a little.
You will get it. I think you will get it. It's just gonna happen. Like we're gonna have little things. There's gonna be a little pick here, a little pick there, and things are gonna ramp up as we go in time. Because we still have a month and a half, about, not quite.
I think the trash talk will start on the table, honestly. When Devon's in the zone and they both, strap up and stuff.
Okay, and I'm not trying to push for fake trash talk. I just think if we want to really get people to pay attention beyond arm wrestlers, they've got to have a reason to click in. They've got to have a reason to have heard about it. And if everyone's nicey nice, there's not exactly news, right?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Where's the data? I don't know what the data is on that. Apparently, it's not like we've never had trash talk before in arm wrestling. And arm wrestling has not hit a fever pitch even with the trash talk. So it's hard to say that trash talk is going to do better for us than non-trash talk, because trash talk has never really had any longevity to the sport at this point in time.
It's just entertainment. That's all.
Yeah.
I know they want good pay-per-view numbers.
Yeah. So,
I don't-
well, this is the other thing. They better start clicking in pretty quick with some advertising, like the Larry Wheels people. I don't know if they're just waiting for like May 1st and then it's going to get kicked into gear. But other than like Larry mentioning it a couple times and then the Devon and Michael stuff that they've obviously talked about it and they're hyping it, but nothing other than that at this point that I've seen. We got a couple super chats we got to take care of. Herpes Asperini, $5. Gary, he's all over you. He says, Gary, can you explain why liberals are bad for America? Thanks, bud. That sounds like bait to me. Isaac Ford, the $1.99. He says, Georgia arm fights, May 1st, Athens, Georgia.
Okay, when it comes to I do not fall into the camp of political parties. I dislike them. I used to consider myself, I could still consider myself fiscally conservative. I don't like the fact that, and I had tried to keep this really short because I know we have stuff to talk about, but I don't like the fact that the government can print money and run on a different system that the average people can't do. I can't just go print money to pay all my bills. So I don't know why the government can print money to pay its bills or create debt that we don't have. And I think I used to believe that the Republicans were for smaller government, but now it's been proven that if you're a politician, you grease the wheels, you spend the money. I don't trust any of you anymore. And it has, to me, it has nothing to do with liberal, or it just has to do with the elite peeps are not running the country in a way that is good for average people. They're devaluing our dollar. Poorer are getting poorer, richer are getting richer. And the richer are rich conservatives, rich liberals. It don't matter. So when you talk about liberals, like, you're falling into the us against them camp. And let me tell you, the true story is that they are screwing all of us.
But on a side note, we can all arm wrestle.
Yeah. Okay. So Georgia arm fights, May 1st, Athens. What, Georgia? Is that a tournament, Isaac?
Sounds like it. I don't really know anything about it. But that's cool. It's cool that that's going on.
So Derek is still in.
Yeah, he said in the chat. I saw him say that he's going to try to come on a little bit later, but he's still with Michael and Rebecca right now.
Hey, Michael Todd busted my balls multiple times for not watching his content. And I know he's probably, he's on. Anyways, I feel bad because I wanted to watch I started to watch the live with Derek, and I was like, I had to do something with the kids, so I haven't come back. Can anyone sum up what I've missed with Derek? And
I honestly have not watched any of it yet.
I've watched some of it.
They're watching. They're watching.
They're doing training circuits for the most part.
Okay, so what I did see, I watched the short video with Michael Todd where he's like, maybe I'm overtraining. Should I take a break? I mean, is that what we come down to? No trash talk, chillaxing. Everyone's going to the beach, kicking back.
Yesterday, he pulled with Wayne Withers and Corey West and stuff, if I remember right. So
he's been pulling a lot. He has been pulling a lot. And I don't have any doubt that a guy like Michael Todd can pull like that, but I don't think that he has been pulling that much in, say, the last year or two. So he might feel like it's too much.
Okay, let me ask you this question. You got Michael Todd and Devon Larratt. Can they really get any better in the 4 or 5 weeks? I mean,
yeah, I mean, you can tighten up. You can.
You can?
Sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, it all depends. Like, are they going to get better than they've ever been? I don't know. Michael says he already is better than he's ever been.
Right. But I'm saying, like, Michael Todd, if you look at what he's done since Dubai till now, I mean, that's a lot of work.
Well, it's also a matter of not going backwards, right? Right now, it's like, for me, if I'm them, it's like, okay, I cannot be getting injured at this point in time because there's not enough time. If you take a ding, it could screw up the whole thing. So that's number one. I don't want to be taking injuries. Number two, I just want to, I would just be funneling everything down and just getting tighter. And that's going to be dictated by the years and years of experience of Michael and Devon. They're not going to be doing the same things. They're not going to be doing the same things that I'm doing. They're going to be doing things that have worked for them in the past over 20, 30 years, right? It's not like it's either of their first big super match. Like they know what they should be doing. They should know what they should be doing at this point in time. So I don't have a doubt. Like maybe Michael is just feeling, busted up. It's very possible. It's very possible.
From
and that
from
to
what
me,
Rebecca just said,
he's
done.
Said? So
Yeah.
Maybe it is time for him to take some time off. But Michael is going to be very in tune with his body, right? I don't have any doubt that Michael knows when his body tells him something is different or something doesn't feel quite right. He's going to know with like right now. So hopefully it's early enough where he can make some adjustments. And at the worst case scenario, keep training in such a way where he maintains everything that he's built without going backwards.
Okay, do I have it wrong? Maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe Devon Larratt knows he's really being overly, he's being awesome towards Michael, I think. And is it because if he was not awesome to Michael, that would just cause Michael to get angrier and hulkify and keep training and be even more. So like, you don't want to fire up Michael Todd. That's right.
Well, I wouldn't want to, no, but Devon knows the buttons. Devon knows some buttons. Hey, by the way, we got some good super chats going on. Santiago Maciel, $20 super chat. Thank you very much, Santiago. We also got Daniel Urich with $5. He says, A&W Derek is still a damn beast, though. Great content since yesterday.
Oh, I gotta go watch it. How did my boy Derek do?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Damn it! I want to go look.
Rebecca also did say that Michael is an idiot when it comes to listening to his body. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Michael's just going to fuck everything up and lose the match then. I don't know.
I would like to say shout out to Mr. Maciel. He is a Patreon member.
Nice.
ARMTV's Patreon. Thank you, Santiago. That is so awesome. I haven't had any Patreons in a week. I've gotten sad. Santiago, you're our last Patreon member. I really owe you. Thank you very much. So I don't know. What do you guys think about? Damn it. I don't know if I put in the title, Devon, Michael Todd really changed my life. And I was like, that's like some profound shit. It almost came off to me as, hey man, it doesn't matter if I win or lose. I'm just happy I changed my life around. I'm just happy Michael Todd gave me the match. And I kind of I think I asked you guys the question, who wins is better for arm wrestling? If Devon Larratt wins, is it better for the sport? Or does Michael Todd win? Is it better for the sport?
Immediately.
Both are great for the sport.
I think you guys somebody said Devon Larratt, his fans, the base will be more excited if Devon were to win.
Right. Because Michael is supposed to win because Michael is, cloudily number one, depending on who you ask. So Michael is supposed to win. If Devon has a bigger following at this moment. So if Devon wins and he's not even supposed to win, then imagine the troll army momentum the day after Devon wins. YouTube is going to be a battlefield of just blood and guts and funny things and memes. And oh my God, it's going to be ridiculous.
But after hearing what Devon said, how he was fresh and they met up in the garage in North Carolina. I mean, Michael Todd, he was worn out. I mean, and he still,
Michael Todd, but that was one match, right?
I know, but
But it's a
Todd's
practice
warrior.
match. Practice matches tell us everything we need to know.
No,
We don't.
not
They
all the
don't even
time.
need, they don't even need to do the real match. They should just do practice matches.
In someone's garage.
Yeah, that's all I need to see. But no, it's unequivocally, it will blow up more if Devon wins. I think Michael will blow up if he wins. He will blow up more than he has. He will be on a steeper trajectory if he wins. But Devon winning will spawn so many different things that will help carry arm wrestling that I don't think it's I don't think it's a question for me.
I gotta say, I don't want to cause drama. Damn it.
Do you think even if Devon wins, you think Wall would put the match up again when they get up and running?
Probably. I mean, it's a money match.
I'm gonna say something weird. Part of me thinks Devon Larratt has been so in Michael Todd's camp that Devon Larratt, somewhere in his heart, wants Michael Todd to win.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No,
I don't think either of these guys are going to go soft, right? It's
maybe not intentional, but like he's rooting so much for Michael.
I think that's what he wants you to think. He's smart.
Like Devon is a master technician at a lot of things, and the mental game is one of them, right? And we won't know the full level of that game until Desperation Day comes around, right?
Did you make that up, Desperation Day?
That's pretty good.
I believe I made up Desperation Day in my original troll video because I stole the speech from Independence Day. And instead of Independence Day, I made it Desperation Day. I don't think I had heard about Desperation Pinocchio beforehand, but I think I came up with Desperation Day.
Is that because of the speculation of where would be King's Moving used or not?
Yeah, and then Ingen called it Desperation Move, and then it spawned all the memes, and so then it's Desperation Day. Yeah.
Because that's pretty funny. I gotta hand it to you for that. I mean, that's like, not to shout that big congratulations to you for your soundbite, number 4 Canadian in the country. I know we spoke on the phone, but I would just like reiterate. It was like that was so good it almost could have been scripted.
Yeah,
but it wasn't.
The whole me and Devon thing. Yeah, it was pretty funny. It was pretty comical.
Because here's the thing, some backstory. I was trying to figure out the angle I would come at. Once I realized we had Michael Todd on the feed and Devon Larratt on the feed, I was like, shit, what's my angle? And the only angle I could be was like, Devon Larratt is dumb for eating like shit. I'm not buying into the pancake stuff. So anyways, we did that. Then I'm like, Uncle John, what say you? And you just you cracked it, bro.
Yeah. I don't know. There's just a lot of times in your life where you got to make a speech. You got to say something important. That's the thing. Seize the moment, people. Don't let the moments go by. The moment could have gone by and I could have just been like, oh yeah, I think Devon is pretty good. We like Devon. He's got a good pumpkin training routine.
Yeah. You,
Okay.
Louis C.K. says, Gary, you're so off. BT told, I'm so off about what? I'm not sure what he's talking about. So if you haven't watched that clip, go over to Uncle John's channel. He posted the little highlight clip, but dude, it was epic. It was like you pre-planned that out. It was like,
well, the whole thing was pretty awesome because for those of you who weren't here last week, Michael was here and Devon was here at the same time. And we talked about all sorts of different stuff and mostly pancakes and Desperation Day and all that good stuff. But yeah, it was really cool. And I think it was one of those moments where it's just one of those goofy moments that I will remember for always.
Yeah. And of course his comeback was great. He's like, I always knew I liked you. I liked you so much. In fact, you might be number 4 in Canada, which, I mean, that's a huge compliment, right?
Yeah. Well, number 4, what? I'm not the number 4 arm wrestler in Canada, but I will take that as the number 4 based on Ryan Espy's pancake science. I am the number 4. So under pancake science rules, I am number 4 in Canada. What does that mean? I don't know. I won't tell, but I will take it, and I will take it to the bank.
I'm sort of I'm going to think 4D chess here. And let's think, I'm almost thinking there should be I'm almost thinking about the rematch. Like, what if this such a huge hit could have gone either way that we now have to see it again, sort of thing? Because if it's a big payday, like the movie industry, why not go back for a sequel? That's what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking this has got to be drawn out, super close. It's like, I don't know. Oh,
I don't know. Well, it's going to be completely dictated by this match, right? This match will tell us the tale. This match will give us a little bit of data, because the other problem is we literally have no data. We have like 2% data of arm wrestlers. All these people, there's so many people in Atlantic Canada right now who are like, I'm the best. I've been doing all this stuff and I'm so good and I'm going to crush everybody. And I'm like, you don't have any data. You don't know how good anyone else is. We have no clue. So it's really, and that works across the board. The Southern United States has a bit of data because they've still been able to carry on with tournaments, but we haven't had a legitimate full-size tournament in Atlantic Canada in like a year and a half at this point.
And y'all just shut back down, didn't y'all, Uncle John?
We're very close. I've been cutting to 76 for May 8th. And on Friday, we're going to find out if this next tournament gets canceled. So it might. All I know is that on Friday, if this tournament gets canceled, I'm going out to eat somewhere. I don't know where it's going to be, but I'm going to eat some food, and we're going to hang out in the 190 to 200 range for a little while longer, and then we'll get back to the cut, because it's so demoralizing to be working this goddamn hard, and then it's just like, oh, we've got 15 new cases, yoink. And they just pull it all out from underneath you.
You need to come back to heavyweight class. I need that match with you.
Oh, I'll pull you either way. I'll crush you either way, man. I don't have to be heavyweight to pull you. Let me tell you what. Anytime left-handed is left hand. I am ready to go with anyone that is not elite super heavy.
Right here.
At any time, any day, any weight, it doesn't matter. I'm there.
Jeremy Dunn says, listen, Devon is coming for a win. Don't believe any BS you're seeing. This may be his last chance on a stage that big while they are both still at top. So when Devon Larratt came to Chicago,
the number 1.
When Devon Larratt came to Chicago, we were talking about like, this is like the plan, basically travel around, arm wrestle. And I was like, does that mean you don't have to be, I was thinking, well, that means the pressure's off. You don't have to like be number 1. You don't have to be the best. You're just popular, Devon. You don't have to be the number 1 at a particular thing because you're like a celebrity. Celebrities are celebrities, right? And so you can just go arm wrestle. But he said, yeah, but you still need that credibility to be the popular guy. So it did come off as like, he's like, yeah, you still got to, beat people.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, how long? You still got to be able to beat Michael Todd, or you still just got to be able to beat average people?
You got to be able to compete at a high level. I don't think you have to be number 1, but you do. Because think about Devon, right? If Devon just says, you know what, I'm going to put this elite super heavyweight career to bed, and he says that, he could just go and like just pull anyone anywhere lighter and probably, do very, 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 very well anywhere he wants to go. Like, he's not just going to lose it, right?
Because here's the thing with those guys. Once you get this, it's like a snowball. Once you get that popularity going, I think it would just snowball. And now you're just like a famous YouTuber. You know, people will go to me. I feel like you can live off that resume and just be, you know. Julian.
Hey, another super chat before we get to Julian. Georgia Arm Fights, the $1.99 says left and right hand round robin, $100 buy-in, winner takes all. Very nice. Oh, there's Rebecca as well.
Once that shit heals, I think I'm gonna be decent.
Uh-oh, we got royalty on the
Here, you guys.
Uh-oh.
Usually I make it right side up.
Super Factory.
Rebecca
Listen to me,
Todd.
guys.
Before they get started, Uncle John, check out the shirt, brother.
Gotta turn you way
Garbage
up.
pail,
Can't hear you.
kids. Warrior and nice. Oh, yeah. I love it.
I cannot hear y'all.
Yeah, figured you'd like it.
We can hear you. We can hear you. Check. Double check.
I know you can hear me, but you guys are really quiet.
Turn up your volume.
There we go.
Hello.
Derek here behind me.
What
Hang on
up?
just a minute. I'm gonna fix my. Sit down,
Looking a
big
little
guy.
small there, Derek.
I'm about to eat. I'm about to eat. This is more important right now. Chef Mike Todd.
Uh-oh.
What's
Got
up?
Michael over there cooking.
I'm sorry. I'm behind on my content. I have not watched Derek Smith in Arkansas yet. What have we missed? Catch us up.
About it, Gary.
You did see me call you a douchebag, right? All in love, though. Love you, Gary. But I'm like, you're actually admitting to your people on here that you're not watching our stuff while we're watching your stuff.
No. Listen.
Who does
I want.
that?
If we were to add up all the stuff from Dubai, I'm doing really well. It's just the last because I win that Waxahachie, I'm doing a lot of editing and I can't listen in. Anyways.
Okay, don't worry about adding up all the stuff from Dubai. You like that's way gone now. You've way missed that. Start with like yesterday.
Okay. I know.
Okay.
I saw.
I'm gonna give
Wayne
you a free
over there.
pass.
All
Do
right.
what?
I saw you guys had Wayne in the house and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gary.
We had Wayne, Blake Perry, Corey West, and of course this big Neanderthal looking fella behind me. They were all here, and let me tell you what, guys. I saw someone ask if it's true that you crushed Corey. Nobody was crushed. Every single one of these guys, listen, all of them are in the top 20 in North America. So nobody got crushed. Nobody got ran over. People did get very sore arms, though. I'm going to put out the video tomorrow. Of course, you can go on to Devon. You can go on to Derek's channel and watch kind of like what happened later in the practice, which was really good that he kept going because I just got tired of filming. But I'll put up, Michael ran basically the same thing that he did with Todd Zilla. When Todd was here, he did all four of them. All four of them in a row, 90 seconds in between, right?
Yeah.
The kicker in this one is he didn't have access to his hit. So he had to arm wrestle strictly from ready, go, defensive position.
You mean
So-
he purposely did not hit?
No, I'm weak as fuck.
No,
Shut
he's
up. Don't
weak.
talk to me.
He's like, shut up, don't talk to me. No, because he's so tore down. You remember he just pulled Paul Lynn a few days before, right?
Yeah.
So he hasn't stopped training. So when I said, John, when I said that he's an idiot when it comes to listening to his body, I mean that with the most love. But if I could read you off a list of the stupid shit that he does going into a competition, you would be like, yeah, Rebecca, you're right. He's an idiot. He doesn't listen to his body.
Tell that to the crowd.
But he will be ready because last night was his last time. Oh, that's Michael made him dinner. Last night will be his last time actually. Arm wrestling is all just training and recovery now.
Nice. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Yes,
because you definitely can't keep that up. All those guys. Holy
No,
buckets.
I mean, it was what was supposed to happen was just Derek.
Yeah.
But when you have the gorilla as your training partner, and the gorilla and Derek haven't pulled, gorilla's got to show up. Well, I don't know how the other two got in the mix of it all, but next thing you know, it's what the hell is in my house? It's all these giants, you know.
That's a lot of meat. That's a lot of meat. That was.
It was a lot of meat, and this is why I'm going to call you out right now, all of you.
I didn't do anything.
What? Yes, you did. What is this crap? Who is it? Who should win for the betterment of arm wrestling?
Yeah.
Because we want to talk about what the troll army is going to do the day after should Devon win. Are you fucking kidding me? We're building arm wrestling now around what happens with the troll army.
Are you aware of how the internet works, Rebecca?
I know exactly how the internet works. And you realize that even if we take, let's say that every follower that Devon has is a troll, which is not true. Okay. Which, by the way, I love the troll army. You guys are awesome. I love the names that you're creating. It's absolutely hysterical. But let's say that all of them were elated. You do realize that there is a whole much bigger community out there, and you can see it in European channels, the Russian channels, Arm Wrestling TV. They're not trolls, and they're not going to be celebrating because of whichever one wins. You're talking about, maybe if you talk about the entire troll army, let's talk, what, 3,000-4,000? Maybe.
Compared to what? What are you comparing the troll army to? All the Europeans?
No, I'm just comparing the troll army to, it's not that big of a ripple.
Yeah, like if you compare it to like Larry Wheel's audience.
Yeah, that's
like,
not that big of a ripple that you're talking about. And if you're basing off of how you think this would be good for arm wrestling because of how the troll army is going to react.
She took offense that y'all said, well, which one should win? Which one's going to be better for the sport? Motherfucker, I'm going to win, so it doesn't matter.
I had your back, Michael.
I thought what was better for the sport, I would assume, would be who turns out to be the better man. That's the better for the sport.
But that's not how it works. That's not how it works, right? People don't necessarily always care about that. Like the internet's a fickle place. The internet's going to grab onto weird little things. And the importance of the troll army is that the troll army makes memes, right?
Makes
each
what?
meme gets to exponentially more people. And you are true. You are right. It may not matter if Michael or Devon wins. If Michael wins, it could go better if the memes are better. If Michael,
you're talking, how many people are seeing these memes, John?
I don't know. Tell me in the chat. How many? Hermes Desperini, Desperation Mullet, Herpes Asperini, Fat Albert Devon Larratt, Larry Gasparini.
Yeah.
No,
Okay,
so are we talking about a couple hundred, couple thousand even seeing the memes? Or are you talking about millions of people?
No. Rebecca. I agree with you. I'm not talking about today. I'm wondering, like, if we were to turn turn this into a math problem. We want all of you guys, you and Devon Larratt, to have 3 million followers and just crushing it. Like, what is there? Like, how do we get to that path?
No, I'm just saying. The only thing that I'm saying, I don't care if Michael Todd will probably knock me out of this chair as soon as I say this. I don't care about 3 million followers. That's not I don't think people really get it. Okay. When people have even commented on our channel, well, Devon wins because he's got the most subs. That has nothing to do, guys, with arm wrestling, and it has nothing to do with the match. And when you're saying that the memes and all that, that tells you how important it is to arm wrestling. Again, you're looking at your vacuum and what you hear and what you see.
You're talking about something different than I'm talking about.
Okay, because I'm talking about what you're talking about. I'm assuming is, okay, my God, let's say that a meme absolutely goes crazy and it's spread out there among 10,000 people that like it. That doesn't even compare with the millions of people that are going to be exposed to this match.
Okay,
people are going to be exposed whether Michael wins or Devon wins.
Okay, Rebecca, I have the perfect example.
Okay.
That hopefully you can just break this all open.
Please
So
do. Just break it down for me. Make
Okay.
it simple for this woman to understand.
Okay, so on Reddit, so if you watch like Market Watch or anything financial stock related, forever it's been about the talking head, the expert financial advisors, and the important people. In Reddit, there's this community called Wall Street Bets, and it's a bunch of young people who have become stock traders, but they do it in a way that they create memes and they're having fun, and they're this little society of troublemakers on the internet, and like a David and Goliath
Are you
situation.
talking about the story where they shorted the stock?
Right, GameStop.
Okay.
So what happened is the big banks came out and they said GameStop is shit and we're shorting the stock.
Yeah,
So
I know
all-
how this story goes. So just go ahead and jump to the end.
So all the big banks, well, the Wall Street bettors are they're like the troll army. They said, "Oh no, you didn't." They started creating a bunch of memes, and within 5 days, major news was talking about this troll army, and suddenly, like, they were everywhere. Their subreddit went to millions overnight because of the exposure of this thing. So I
Okay,
think,
so that is cool, and that's a very good analogy, and I definitely see the point that you're trying to make now. That definitely draws it in my mind. I just want you to look at this side of it for just a second. The problem that Michael has been basically screaming about and trying to get us in the arm wrestling community to understand is that it's so much bigger than what's already here. What is going to be seen through this pay-per-view, through the platforms. And by the way, I heard y'all talking about why isn't there any big, campaign yet to get it out there? It's because the people that are actually putting this on, Core Sports, baby, the people that are actually putting this on, Core Sports, they know that the attention span of the public is very short. So you're going to start to see them just blasting it out there the closer that it gets. The big pay-per-view buy will probably be 48 hours before it happens. That's when you'll see the most drive. But the most drive is not going to be among the arm wrestling community. We have known from the beginning of this time, we of course, we're arm wrestlers. We love the arm wrestling community, but it's a very small niche group, even including the Troll Army, which again, we love. You're doing a great job. But it's going to be so much bigger than that.
I don't
And to
think
say-
anybody's disagreeing with you on that.
Yeah. But to say one person winning over the other is better, the reason I have a problem with that is because the largest portion of the group that is going to be exposed to this match really don't even know either one. I mean, can you wrap your head around that? Really don't even know either one.
and that's obviously the goal. 100%.
Yeah.
That's what we want. We
So
want this audience to just make us look so small. That's obviously the plan.
So the best outcome of the match for the people that are watching is just going to be, okay, it's literally going to be, if I know you don't want it to be a war, but if it's a war, it's
Yeah,
going
I
to be
want
the
a war.
person that they can get behind and root for because they're watching the tug of war, and,
Yeah, of
and they're
course.
watching how it unfolds. So that's going to be what is best for arm wrestling.
Yeah,
The
but that's
actual
nothing to
match-
do with the original
solely
problem.
responsible for arm wrestling not growing at all because I'm going to run this dude.
Oh, yes.
I
Here's
like
the
that,
deal.
Michael. I like that.
Rebecca, this is 100% the truth. I'm just being frank with you here. Running
Please
a
do.
podcast, I'm trying to come up with shit to say. I'm just trying to think of stuff because I don't want dead air. And sometimes you say something like, you just trying to get people to talk. And sometimes it's a dumb question, dumb statement.
Gary, I get that.
Yeah.
I am the queen of not wanting dead air and just
Yeah.
filling it up with words. Okay. I totally get that. But for this point, because you have a platform here and all of you guys are doing a great job on it. I love, Uncle John and Gary, you guys together. I like your chemistry a lot, but you do have a platform here. And the one thing that I don't want the arm wrestling community and yes, even the Troll Army to get twisted is that I don't want them to think that any of the numbers that are currently there are really large enough at this point to influence it on the large scale.
Oh,
I'm hoping.
I
I'm
agree.
hoping. We may all be wrong. It may only be arm wrestling community that buys into it. Please, God, don't let it be that way.
All this being said, we love everyone. We appreciate all the support. Don't unsubscribe.
Why would they unsubscribe?
I'm just saying, honey. People are fickle. I don't like y'all. I don't like any of you guys. You're
Well,
ugly.
somebody did say
No.
they didn't like you,
I think
Derek.
that's a Travis
Well,
Page impersonation.
guys,
That was a
humor,
Travis Page impersonation.
But
humor
from
me
this-
for a second though.
Yes.
Like, because of YouTube, it's definitely, yes,
Daniel,
you're right. It's way bigger than this, right? But the cool part about the YouTube thing is Michael's stuff on YouTube is so awesome, so funny. He's got Derek there. I freaking love Derek. He's hilarious. And Devon's hilarious too. And you like them all so much that it makes it hard to pick one who you want. I mean, obviously we know who my favorite is. And sorry, Derek, it's not you, it's Michael. But but you know what I'm saying? It's like this YouTube thing is blowing this thing up, and it does make it really hard. And it's funny, I said something earlier, Michael jumps on and everybody jumps ship because he's on there. Devon jumps on, everybody jumps ship because Devon's on the comments. But anyways, I just wanted to put that in there, that we love everybody, and the whole idea of all this stuff is just awesome. And by the way, that is a badass fireplace. Your home's beautiful.
Thank you so much.
I mean,
But
I'm
so,
done.
now
so
that
to cut it
I've
short-
thought about it and you've put me in my place, I personally am now thinking the better for the sport is the longer the match is. So like you said,
and that's the point. The better saying that one winner over the other. And of course I'm on Team Michael because I'm on Team Michael. But
Michael
the
Jordan.
best thing for the sport is to have an awesome arm wrestling match, regardless of the winner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my
agree with that.
opinion.
I would agree with
In my
that.
opinion.
I just want to make it clear that does nothing to change my point from the beginning of the conversation.
Which
Because it's
is what-
just numbers, right? It's just numbers. More people subscribe to Devon. It's calories in, calories out. Numbers in, numbers out. That's the judgment. It's based on the generic numbers. I agree. There's going to be more people exposed just through that aren't subscribed to either. I think it will be huge for both Devon and Michael. But when it comes down to numbers, it's just not the same, right? So it's inevitable that a Devon win or a Michael win that really spawns a lot of funny jokes and memes that can be held at Devon's expense, then that might do it as well. That might create more hype, more talk, more of that.
Well,
I'm just going
that part is going to be up to all of you guys. What happens the day after is going to be, if that's when people are going to have to decide, regardless of who comes out on top, they're going to have to decide, what do they want to happen to the sport? Do they want that to be the catalyst that allows it to just blow up? If so, then do your part. Get out there on social media and freaking ham it up.
I think that's where he's talking about the troll army, where they can come into play. Like if they're creating all these memes that can be shared, doesn't that help the propagation of?
Yeah, and also
the
I do
sport?
have one more point to make that we're all misunderstanding, or that we're all overlooking. Devon's got a great following. We have a growing following, but we don't even touch the views that are going to be seen by the undercard. You know what I'm saying? By the followers that are following the undercard.
That's a good
So
point.
even
Good
though
point.
it's the undercard, those matches probably will spawn a lot more talk and views than even the main card.
Which is good for everyone.
So how about this question? What's better? Is it better for Larry to win or Schoolboy to win?
Well, I'm on Team Larry.
I'll say it first. It's better for Larry to win. It's
I'm on Team
way
Larry.
better for Larry to win for arm wrestling.
Okay, and I agree with you that. I agree with you on that, John. And I'm going to point this out. When you are looking at who is better for growing arm wrestling, okay, Arm Wrestling TV has been fabulous at getting Schoolboy out there.
Mhm.
They've been awesome getting Schoolboy out there. They've got their niche. it's Schoolboy. Larry has been awesome about getting attention on arm wrestling.
That's why
You
it's
know?
better for arm wrestling.
So I think you absolutely hit the nail on the head there. You know, he's showing it to all strength sports, and he genuinely has a passion for it that I'm excited about. You know what I'm saying? And he doesn't care if you have, when he first contacted Michael, I think we had freaking maybe 17,000 or 23,000 subs, something like that, which we love them all. So he didn't mind that we were a small channel. He just wanted to be able to arm wrestle with the best out there in the world, right? So he's been collecting them like figurines, you know, just having them come over to learn what he can learn, but also to showcase the talent. So I totally agree with that.
What's going to happen after that match is pure speculation, guys. No one knows what's going to happen after the fucking match. No one knows about what memes are going to be made or what's going to happen. It's all pure speculation.
I've been to the future.
Who knows? If Larry could win and get bored with arm wrestling and quit, Larry could lose and then double down and triple down and start flying out everyone all at once. Who knows? Who has any idea? It's just pure speculation.
But we are a podcast. We have 170 people watching, and we have to feed those people. We have to feed them with freaking talk. So that's why we're talking.
That's what I told Mike. I already brought this up. I go, Gary's just trying to fill space. He's just trying to talk about shit.
Which is, come on,
exactly.
That's what we all do because we're content creators, right?
Hey, by the way, I still have Michael winning 4-2 or 4-3, pending how many matches there are. Okay, just for the record, that's my current stance.
And I feel like I've solidified my pick to be Michael Todd. I wasn't sure a month ago, but now I think I'm going with Monster Michael. But I have been put in my place because the better question is, if Larry wins, that's really going to be the catalyst. So to really explode shit, right? I mean,
In my opinion.
Yeah.
And it's just my opinion.
So team, I mean, no disrespect to Schoolboy, but therefore, if I want the sport to grow, I got to be Team Larry, right?
Is it? Maybe.
Well, and I really hated, I mean, of course, I love that people are falling on Team Michael, but I really hate hearing y'all say it in his presence. He needs to be the underdog. So do whatever you need to do out there. You know,
Oh,
Michael, I'm
F
switching
Michael
my pick.
Todd. F Michael Todd. F Michael Todd. Man, Devon Larratt. Well, listen, I don't know.
I want Devon Larratt to win, so I'll be the oddball.
Who the hell said that?
I gotta say, who said that?
Who the hell said that?
That was not me.
I did,
Julian
champ.
said it?
Not me.
I did, champ.
It's all right.
It's Julian and it's 420. So you
As long as
know,
you said
take it with a
champ
grain of
again.
salt.
It's totally okay to have your different
If
favorites.
Roger
I
would have
just
said
want
it.
I want the underdog to win.
It would have
That's all
never
I
been
want.
me, Michael. You've had me at your house, so I would never go against the king.
My
Sorry.
man.
Well, what
So-
I'm saying though is,
I
as
would
far as
root for the
YouTube
underdog.
goes,
Oh shit.
go ahead.
Let me tell y'all about this guy. So
Oh,
this
here we
guy, I'm busting you out. This guy here, Michael, we picked him up yesterday. We drove and picked you up. Okay.
I'm so grateful for everything you've done up in this position.
I didn't even put
It was
poison in your
so
pancakes.
far that I had to drive.
So, drove and picked. I'm letting him sleep in my house. Are y'all
Ooh.
getting this?
I'm eating the
I made him
foods.
pancakes this morning. Okay. Now, I need you to fully understand this. So he's over there going, I really would like to go to Dubai, kicking rocks. I really want to go. I've been messaging them and telling them how much I would like to go to Dubai. And, you know, but they talk about they may not have enough space for me to be inside Dubai. So my nice husband, show me your beautiful face.
This guy.
My nice husband's like, oh, well, if you want to go, hey, how about you just be my corner guy?
Ah,
You're a
That's awesome.
genius, Derek. You're a genius. I love it.
Exit stage left. Exit stage left for Derek.
So he says, oh, I can't agree to be your corner guy because, you know, I like you both and I don't want to really root for one over the other. It's just a corner guy. He doesn't need anybody to tell him how to arm wrestle.
You shot
He
yourself in the
had
foot
his
there, Derek.
opportunity.
My guy out to get him in the room, but he didn't want it. So we can let Gary be my corner guy, and he can fuck the whole thing up.
Can I be your corner?
Where is this going? Oh my God.
Michael Todd, I'll be your corner guy all day, bro.
Dude, you know what your job is if you're the corner guy?
Rub
To
his
freaking
arm.
grab the Coke can and rub the cold thing down his arm because I can't reach it. That's it. You know, he had his
They brought
opportunity.
this up like 5 times. They're making me feel so bad.
But now I want to see him outside the glass door just knocking on it.
Just in the
Somebody
rain,
let me
in the
in.
rain in Dubai for some
It
reason. It's
doesn't rain.
raining. Just out there to get wet.
In the heat. Your sweat is going to be pouring like rain. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Inside Derek.
Trying to be impartial. Jeez. I'm just trying to help, everyone. I don't know.
While
Now,
you're
if
on
you
the
show
phone,
up at
Michael.
Derek's corner-
Devin's
I mean,
corner.
Devin's corner. Okay.
Oh my God. Will there be some
I'm driving down to Austin May 1st. Am I going to be able to hit a training circuit on the way back by any chance?
first?
I will not be training like on the table, but you can come
No,
to a
I mean
workout
like
with
a
me.
workout.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Awesome.
if you want to be killed by Michael Todd, that's an easy one, bro. Shopper, he likes to kill people over there.
Well, he's not
I'm a
pulling.
glutton for
He's not
punishment.
pulling on anything anymore until the event.
Hey, I know you didn't watch it yet, Gary, but you're going to because you said you would, right?
Yeah.
Go back and watch this guy on the BFR arm workout today. He did excellent. Now, he did take the blood flow restriction cuffs off after the second round, but he still finished all 5 rounds. That doesn't happen very often.
That was very impressive.
Whatever Derek does, I'm going to double it just to make that sure.
Whoa. And on the table, he doesn't nothing.
Maybe not on the table. Not yet.
Oh my goodness.
Uncle John, where are we at on likes? I want this shelf pick. You said it's badass.
I was just about to ask that.
Uncle John has stepped away. Hey,
Oh.
Rebecca, is it with Devon Larratt being so complimentary? Is that making Michael? Michael has to have somebody goading him, right, to get him fired up. Is this Devon Larratt's plan?
No, Michael's goals and his why. You've heard in business, you need to have a why that will keep you moving even when you don't want to move. His why is what keeps him ramped up, focused, and out there training, doing stuff, even though he's hurting and he would much rather be in bed watching TV with me. So if that's
That's what we're doing in bed.
Stop.
Oh.
So that's what keeps him
My
going.
man.
But when anytime Devon speaks, you're not really sure what his angle is. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I have
Okay.
concluded that Devin is a huge fan and he wants me to win. That's what I've gotten out of all the stuff that I've seen. Devin's like, please, Michael, flip me over the table. So
No.
I will happily oblige.
No, and they talk pretty regularly on the phone too, but Michael tells Devon all the time, dude, you're sandbagging me and I'm not falling for it.
Oh yeah,
You're full of
Devin loves
crap.
to say he's not training. He ain't doing nothing.
He is so full of
He loves saying that shit.
Yeah.
When I broke the
I
cable
mean-
the other day, he calls me. I'm talking to you. He's like, dude, what are you doing? You don't have to be that strong. He's like, seriously, stop now. So he's sandbagging me. You know he's sandbagging me.
Sandbagging.
Yeah, because I mean, Michael Todd, do you arm wrestle better if you're mad at your opponent or angrier?
I don't know if I've ever. I mean, I was angry at Travis at 2017.
You
But-
can't wait for hitting him.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think I necessarily ever get angry. Like, okay, so
Well,
when Devin in
no,
2018,
okay.
when he you asked the fucking question, let me answer. So in 2018, when that round 4, once I hit him with that fast shoulder press, none of the stuff that we do in the match or me, it's scripted. It's just the emotion that comes out in that moment, right? So he had talked a couple nights before talking about how he had my hand beat and he had my shoulder beat, and after that it's just gonna be nothing. So when I smacked him, it just immediately came out, you don't have shit. I thought you had my hand beat. I thought you had my shoulder beat. But I wasn't mad at him. I was just, informing him of how wrong he was.
Okay, when I want to clarify, not mad, like, okay, I posted that Ron Bath super match in Texas with you and Ron, And when you lose the match, you get really fired up. And I like that, Michael Todd, when you're angry because you've lost something. So
well,
like,
you won't see that because I'm not losing, but you'll see a very happy, smiling Michael Todd.
right. But if you lost, like, let's say the first match, do you?
Yep, that's not happening either. So
Do you
we just
become
stopped
a
you right there? I'm
I don't
just
know.
telling you, it's not going to go that way. But
when
nah,
you lose
so
a match, it's good for TV. It's good for you.
I have informed everyone that this event will be no different than when 1980 something and you rented a Mike Tyson pay-per-view and you went in the kitchen to get something to eat and you came back, the fucking fight was over. That's how bad I'm going to beat this guy. So, I mean, you're going to watch the undercard and it's going to be amazing. And then it's going to be bam, 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 bam. Give me my check.
Derek, is that
I'm just
true?
going to tell you guys, this is a conversation between all of you and me. Okay. He told me the same shit before he pulled Jerry Caderet.
I was wrong about that. I thought I was going to, though. It did not work out.
And no, I'm not a troll. And no, I'm not mean to him. We just keep it real in this house.
She's very, very mean.
I am not either.
Very.
We keep it real. I'm just on.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
so
have to
your
keep
question
that
is, do I get angry and I'm better arm wrestler if I'm angry? But Rebecca said my why is my motivating factor. You know, this seriously, I love arm wrestling. I've been doing it for this is my 31st year. But there's a big monetary upside to winning. So I just need you guys to understand. I'm winning. You know?
Okay. I clarify. If you handle Devon, like you said, that first match, maybe the second match, slow it down a little bit and put on a show for us so we get our money's worth. Just a little bit.
Your money's worth will be seeing me do something to Devon Larratt that no one's ever done right-handed. Notice I said right-handed because Dennis killed him left-handed. But, you know, I'm saying you've never seen this destruction right-handed. So you're in for a show. You will be very thoroughly entertained. It just won't last that long.
The problem with that suggestion, Gary, is this. So far, none of this has been ironed out yet. But so far, they've agreed on 6 rounds. Devon also wants a possible 7th. So let's say that it goes as Michael says it's going. That it actually happens the way he's telling you it's going to happen. When does he open the door to let Devon in? Does he open the door round 3? When Devon can still win the next 3 rounds plus the 7th, if it should go the 7th round? Does he open it round 4? So he can win 4, 5, 6, and 7? That's not a good plan, because once that door is open and he walks through it, there's no closing it.
I'm just going to tell you, all this shit, I'm talking a lot of shit. I expect it to be a crazy hard-ass match. But at no point ever, if I was up 2-0 on Devon Larratt in impressive fashion, would I ever give this dude a chance to get in the match, because he's the most dangerous opponent I could possibly have. So if I do have a gap in strength, I am getting this shit done as quick as possible, because I genuinely have concern and or / fear of how badass Devon Larratt is. So, I mean, there's no chance. I'm not fucking around. Devon Larratt is a bad dude. So, yeah, it will never be a point. Now, Devon, if Devon's better, strong enough to do that to me, he will definitely put on a show. I'm not going to be that dude, because I will never be that confident that even if the gap in strength is significant, I'll never be confident enough to shove it on Devon Larratt. He's too good of an arm wrestler.
Okay, am I incorrect in saying that I give?
Yes.
If we were just to grade the starts, Michael Todd has the definite advantage on Speedy Goes. Like, is there any question that that's the case? It seems to me that's an easy.
If there's not a significant difference in hand strength, if he has a superior hand and wrist, it won't matter if I hit him faster, because I'd buckle underneath his hand, which I don't believe is going to be the case. But if you're just saying all things even, yes, I have a faster hit.
Gotcha.
That press you have is deadly.
Yeah,
that's a bad motherfucker right there. I'm just saying, that shoulder press is mean. It's in my bag of tricks. You know what I mean? It will not be my go-to move off the start.
Let's factor in, guys. Oh, if I can, Gary.
The press
He's
will
got
not
a
be
different,
able to move
he's got a different hit, guys, that you haven't seen because it was in part 2 that I'm uploading to our Patreon. But it's is that the one we're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, that's still not going to be it.
Oh.
Yeah. But I mean, okay, so things could change the day of, but my intentions are not to go for a shoulder press round 1.
Can't wait.
Crickets.
I'm just trying to think because honestly, that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. I want to see Michael Todd. Everybody in the world says, oh, Michael, you're just going to fall back into your same position. I would love nothing more than you to just totally go the opposite direction and just smash with all your power. Like that's the money shot to me.
Talk about some mentality here, though, guys. Like, I got to see what a world-class athlete's mind's like not too long ago, and it's impressive. The reason why he's doing this, yeah, he's powerful. That's like hooking a tow strap to a truck and trying to pull a guy. But his mentality on why he's still doing this, why he's doing this, why he's number one, and his plans after the match, I don't see anybody beating him. I don't. He's got some plans, and he has to win to make all of his. Are you still going to do the celebrity boxing match? That was hilarious.
He would do that.
100%. If I get enough
Jake
subs
Paul.
and
Beat
I'm
the hell out
considered
of
a
Jake
YouTube
Paul.
influencer and they will want me to box somebody, 100% I'm doing that.
Oh shit.
Yeah. No, that's
Go box Devon.
Hey, we got to take care of a couple super chats here. We have Herpes Aspirin with $5. He says, Daniel is on record with the National Enquirer quoted as saying, the Me Too movement is garbage. Do you care to elaborate on that, Daniel? Is that true? Sounds like poor bait.
Hey, is that a super chat?
That's a
Dude,
super
no,
chat.
no. We're not getting into that.
herpes.
We're not
man,
getting
come
into
on.
any.
Santiago Maciel with $5 super chat as well. Thank you very much. Deadpool with $1.99. He says, bring the boxing gloves to Dubai, Gary. I love it. Georgia Arm Fights with $1.99 says, Devon paid Derek to infiltrate the Monster Factory. Is that true, Derek? Are you on the payroll?
I would not put it past either one of these shady motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Infiltration.
The Canadian dollar is not strong right now, Derek. You may have been duped.
Just to chime in on the Jake Paul celebrity boxing match that happened, after watching that, it made me thankful I didn't box Barry Bourne. I got out of one. I was like, that could have happened to me. Barry Bourne, if he could have clocked.
He knocked out a UFC fighter.
Oh.
He's a UFC grappler. I mean, he's not a real good striker.
There you go, Michael.
And his
Todd.
backpack
He's a
was
grappler.
Yeah, you can
Holy
say he was
shit.
out of shape.
Wow.
My God, it was so bad. I could not believe the dude would be in a. I mean, I guess the paycheck was significant, but
Oh, yeah.
Clearly,
Yeah.
he didn't
Your
train
sexy
too
voice
hard.
working.
do what?
Clearly, he didn't train too hard.
No, yeah, but I mean,
No.
dude, I'm down for a payday too. But I would love to do a celebrity boxing match once our channel is big enough to be considered, an influencer of that. I think it's like 500,000 subs or more. Because Larry and them were talking about some different stuff. I'm like, dude, how big do I have to be? Well, it's pretty much 500,000 subs or more. Cool. Let me know when we get there, and I'm down.
By the
Because
time we get there, it's going to be, you got to be 2 million or more.
I'm like, oh shit, all right. But yeah,
Keep moving.
the thing is, stuff like that is fun to me. I like a challenge, but if I was to accept something like that, obviously there'd be a nice monetary reward on the end of it. But I would train for it. Like I would go as hard as I do for arm wrestling for that.
Now, would your arm limit you in the boxing range? I mean, like in the striking?
The hook would be unbelievable.
You're gonna have to get real
Oh, the
close
hook would
to
be
me.
badass.
When I connect, that shit's gonna hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, guaranteed.
Yeah, left
Yeah.
arm to the jab.
Yeah,
right
I
off
don't
the-
think.
Right?
Yeah,
Ladies
I was
and
gonna
gentlemen,
say, you'd be
I
good.
apologize. I've got to close down the show.
Bye.
Gary, man, always ruining a good thing, Gary.
I know.
Love you, Gary. It's good.
All right, Uncle John, are you wanting to carry on the show?
I gotta go too, man.
All right.
Oh, hey, I wanted to jump on here and say I won undefeated left hand this weekend in the tournament in Texas.
Yeah, what tournament?
Congratulations.
The
Congratulations.
Texas qualifier for the Texas Arm Wrestling League in Garland at the Flying Saucer.
Huge
Awesome.
congrats.
Woo!
Thank you.
Good job, brother. Do you have any parting words for us, Mr. Uncle John?
I got a couple parting words. And even though we're not at 100 subs, I just want you guys to
Yes.
realize that I am the best there is, the best
Delta,
there
baby.
was,
The
the best
there ever will be.
will be.
Those are cool
Yeah.
glasses, John. Those are cool.
Michael Todd,
That was awesome.
I don't know if you're serious about a corner man, but you let me know, dude. You let me know. Thank you very much. Keep training. I'm gonna go watch those clips after my wife goes to bed. Rebecca, you're awesome. Michael Todd, you better kiss this girl every night. She keeps that team afloat over there. Derek, what I'm watching online. Thank you very much, guys. All super chats tonight. Our split
Peace
between
out,
Uncle John
everybody.
and myself. Thank
Have
you
a
very
good night,
much, man.
everybody.
See you
Good night,
guys.
Peace out, champ.
Take care.